Okay, welcome to the Live Life by Design show. How are you?
I'm great.
Tell everybody your name.
My name is Jeremiah Fennell, and I am 11 years old, and I'm turning 12 on October 5th.
Okay, awesome. And then you, you're famous and becoming even more famous with something that I basically do, which is a lot of different interviews. So tell us how that started. Who was your first interview that kind of made things pop for you?
Well, in 2022, I was surprised by the Fox 5 Surprise Squad to go and interview some of the Raiders players, and the reason they figured out about me was from my mom's coworker. So I went to Allegiant Stadium, and I got to interview Davante Adams, and the interview went viral, and then ever since then, people have been inviting me to different interviews, and then it just kept looping and looping, and then eventually I got here.
That's amazing. So that was your start. Then what was the second interview?
The second interview, I got to think about that one because it was a really long time ago. And honestly, after the Davante Adams interview, it was all like just a lot.
Okay, and then what would have been up to date? What's the funnest interview you've done?
That's really hard because I've interviewed a bunch of a bunch of fun people. I've interviewed a lot of comedians. I've interviewed just nice people in general. I'd have to think about that one, but I don't think I have an answer. I mean, there's just so many funny people and so many kind people and quirky people. It's kind of hard to choose just one.
I love that. I love that answer. So comedians, who have you interviewed?
Well, I've met Keegan-Michael I met Tracy Morgan and a couple other people.
That's crazy. So this has just gone pretty viral for you.
Yeah.
That's super fun. Was this something that you had envisioned before, or did it kind of just happen via happenstance?
I wanted to be in the sports industry, but I cannot play sports due to some medical issues. So I always wanted to be a broadcaster, but I never knew where the opportunity would come. But I was telling my mom, one day it's going to happen. And, I mean, the blessings just came. And when I was 9 or 10 years old, the opportunity came.
That's awesome. And then how do you prepare for your interviews? What do you do to prepare?
I research on the people I'm about to interview, get the stats down because that's kind of what I'm known for, just a little bit. And then after that, I read over their stats and eventually I memorize them. I get some questions from some of their prior interviews to make sure I don't ask them the same questions they've already been asked. So I make up some brand new questions they never heard, and it just goes great.
That's awesome. What are some of your favorite questions to ask?
Some of my favorite questions to ask, it really depends on the person and the place. Just really, if they're religious, I like to ask them about God because I'm also religious. I really try to find ways to connect with people, like if we have the same thing, something in common or something different. I like to connect people like that, and yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then as far as this is concerned, this venue, interviewing folks, what's one of your goals? Who's that one person that you really want to get on camera, that you really want to interview?
I've been envisioning it since I was 4 years old that I wanted to broadcast an NFL game with Tom Brady, and I've heard it's official. He's going to be on the podium announcing, so I'm really excited, and I really hope that I get that opportunity.
Tom Brady, you listening? We need to make this thing happen. We got to make it happen.
And other than that, I mean, I kind of just let God take me, to be honest. It's just the journey, so.
I love it.
Otherwise, I just sit back.
Okay, so let's say that you're in your 20s. What are we doing? What's driving you in your 20s, would you say?
Honestly, just the love for this, because I'm probably, not going to fall out of love with this. So I think just the love for this and also just accomplishing my dreams. I think chasing my dreams and chasing success is definitely going to be the main thing that's driving me for sure.
That's awesome. And do you read a lot? Do you like studying the craft?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I really try to make it so one day people will be trying to study my style instead of me trying to copy someone else's style. So I don't really read too much about how to probably be as somebody else, but I do definitely read and study on how to get better. But when it comes to copying someone else's style, no. But when it comes to reading, I like to read books, even unrelated to sports related things. I like to read, and that's definitely one of the things I like to read about broadcasting and learning how to be better.
Love it. What would be your favorite book?
Favorite book? I have a lot, but they're mainly childish books. I really like advanced books, but one of my favorite books probably it's like a comedy series called The Terrible Two. And it's like this book about two teenagers and they're like pranksters, and I figured it out when I was 7, and I've probably read it about 20 times. And like I really love it. If the authors are watching this, which is Matt Barnett and Jory John, please, I want to meet you one day because that's like my favorite book.
Let's make that happen too.
And yeah, that's my favorite book.
I love it.
And it's actually a series, but my favorite one's probably the original one, the first one.
Love it. And then if you were to pick a broadcaster that you like, their body of work, who would that broadcaster be?
Honestly, I love everyone's work of broadcasting because I know how much it takes to work and how much the work and the preparation it takes and how skilled you have to be to do this job. So I really respect a lot of people's work.
That's awesome. And then your school, because obviously you're above your age, just in your wisdom, just in speaking briefly with you.
Thanks.
How do you come to terms with your classmates? And I'm trying to be as respectful as I can because you're just way above your years just with your knowledge.
I'm kind of
your
like
poise.
I'm not gonna say I'm an introvert, but I'm not like a very social person, so I keep to myself a lot. But I mean, if somebody wants to talk and be friends, then yeah, we can be friends. It's not I'm friendly.
I love it. Is it sometimes do you hang out with kids your age?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is it sometimes tough talking about some of these topics with them or not really?
Not really, because I kind of not change myself to be on their level. But I mean, when I'm around kids my age, I mean, we play video games, we do study over work, and that's just kind of basic stuff. But
yeah.
Because they're not, like, no disrespect if my friends are watching this, they're, like, not on the maturity level, so it's hard to talk to them about stuff in my category. But, like, I don't dumb myself down, of course, because that feels disrespectful. So I stay on my level and try to make them be like me instead of me trying to be like them. And I just do basic stuff, play video games, call each other, have fun, like, have conversations, talk about life, and, yeah, that's about it.
I love that. What's your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? I have a lot. I like Call of Duty. I like all the sports games. I like Madden and 2K, college football. That just came out. I love it. I play Halo. I have an Xbox 360 as well. So I play a lot of the old games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Halo, like I said, Need for Speed. What's another game? I like playing wrestling games, so like WWE, the like 2009 ones. It's a lot of games. I probably have like 80 games in my collection, so it's kind of hard to choose between like one. But there's a lot of them.
I love it. What do you like doing other than playing video games and broadcasting? Like, what else drives you? What else fuels you?
To be honest, as I said before, I really just keep to myself. Call to my friends that I met them in like kindergarten. I don't have much friends because you don't meet a lot of real friends in your life, especially now to the point where I am, where it's kind of hard to tell if somebody's your real friend or not. Mm-hmm. So I don't have many friends. I have friends, of course, but not too many, not a lot of friends. So I call a couple of friends. We talk, we chat. We don't just play games. We also study. We try to make each other better. We learn about each other. There's a lot. I love my friends, though.
That's awesome. What would be your definition of a friend, of a true friend?
The definition of a true friend to me is that somebody that's going to be there no matter what, unless they're in a position where they can't help you, which I respect that 100% because I feel bad, but at the same time, I kind of just, I have nothing to do when I'm traveling or I'm doing a job and my friend needs me and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't be there now, but trust me, when I'm free, I got you. So I think somebody that's just always there, and even if unless they can't, then somebody that's always there and gives you respect and honestly kind of treats you like family a little bit.
I love that. That's great. So last question. And this has been absolutely phenomenal. So thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
The name of the show is Live Life by Design.
Yep.
So the premise is this: instead of living your life by other people's terms and other people's architectural design, you're living the life on your terms, the way you want to live it. It's by design instead of by default. So with that being said, what would be your definition of living your life by design?
Living my life by design means to me because in architecture, when designing, you build your structure, you plan it out, you do all that, and then you just set your mind to it, and you end up doing it. So I think living my life by design is figuring out my goals and then running to it, and I mean just accomplishing everything I want to accomplish. That's
Okay.
what I think live life
I couldn't
by
have
design.
said it better myself. Thank you so much.
No
This has
problem.
been phenomenal. Live your life by design.